99% of people want the result. 1% is willing to become the person who earns it. That gap isn't talent. It isn't luck. It's a decision made repeatedly when nobody's watching. This is what separates them. Everyone says they want it. The body, the business, the discipline, the life that looks different a year from now. Say it out loud and it costs nothing. Everyone can say it. The 99% stops there. Wanting is free, so they stay in the free part. The 1% does the part that costs something. That's the entire difference, not desire. Application ought to hire. The 99% says, I'll start Monday. The 1% starts today, imperfectly, because Monday is just a more comfortable form of never. The 99% says, I don't feel motivated right now. The 1% stopped waiting for motivation years ago, because motivation is unreliable and results aren't optional. The 99% says, conditions aren't right yet. The 1% understands conditions are never fully right. They act inside bad conditions, not after they improve. None of this is an insult. It's just an observation. Most people are not lying when they say they want more. They're simply unwilling to pay the price, quietly, consistently, without applause. The 1% trains on the day they don't feel like it. That's the 1%. The 1% keeps a promise to themselves that nobody else will ever know they kept. That's the 1%. The 1% gets outworked in public sometimes and does not quit because of it. That's the 1%. The 1% doesn't need an audience to stay disciplined. That's the 1%. The 1% treats boredom as part of the job, not a sign something's wrong. That's the 1%. The 1% shows up on the ordinary Tuesday that no one will remember and does the work anyway. That's the 1%. None of that is dramatic. None of it looks like a highlight reel. That's exactly why so few people do it. I'm not going to dress this up. Being that 1% is not more fun. Most days, it's less comfortable than the alternative. It means missing the easier version of tonight. It means being tired and showing up anyway. It means staying accountable to a version of yourself that doesn't exist yet, based on nothing but your own word. There is no guarantee attached to any of this. Some effort won't pay off on the timeline you want. That's real. And pretending otherwise would be dishonest. But the 99%'s path has a guarantee too. It guarantees you stay exactly where you are. That's the trade being made, on both sides, whether people admit it or not. So here's the only actual decision in front of you. Not do I want the result. Everyone wants the result. That question is irrelevant. The real question is, are you willing to be the version of yourself that nobody claps for? The one training in an empty gym, the one working while everyone else rests, the one who kept a promise that had 0 witnesses. If the answer is yes, you already know what to do next. It was never a mystery. It was always inconvenient. 99% will read this, agree with it, and change nothing. That's not a judgment. That's just what usually happens. The 1% is going to close this video and go do the thing they've been putting off. Which one are you?